In the village of Chirumhanzu, where Chief Govere's drum called justice and tradition, the night sky often echoed with soft murmurs around the fire. It was here, under flickering flame and ancestral stars, that stories were shaped not just for entertainment, but for survival. Auntie Darina sat quietly beside her children, her voice rough like river stones smoothed by decades. They had lost their father to the wind that carried away crops and courage. Poverty came knocking, uninvited, but around that fire she taught them more than history, she taught them who they were. Jacko, the eldest, tucked in hope where others tucked away shame.
I will be the father,
he whispered one evening as the fire dimmed. One by one, each sibling spoke their promise. Sarudzai, with her book made from scrap paper, Tendai, with songs that healed broken spirits, Chipo, only 6, said she'd pray with all her little heart. The mantle of responsibility was no longer hers alone. Darina rose each morning with swollen feet and a bowed back. The fields were dry, her hands were tired, but her spirit kept sowing. At times, she'd speak softly into the maize stalks, prayers disguised as thoughts. Neighbors whispered, "She talks to plants," but God listened. In her solitude, she discovered something holy, the rhythm of rain after faith, the silence between answered prayers. Her burden was a blessing wrapped in calloused palms. Though poor, the village was rich with generosity. Darina's home became known as the place where orphans found porridge and strangers found song. At church, she'd sing in a voice woven with both pain and praise. Her children, raised on fireside wisdom, became the kind of people who offered seat cushions before sitting. Reputation, glowing, their life, still hard, but dignity never begged for pity. One day the Reverend arrived unexpectedly at Darina's humble home, carrying both scriptures and a scholarship form. He'd heard about Jacko's ingenuity and Sarudzai's perfect Shona compositions.
I believe their talents are divine,
he said. That single visit turned their dusty veranda into a springboard. Within a year, the eldest were boarding a bus to Harare with bags full of books, hearts full of gratitude. Years passed, education bore fruit. Jacko returned first, now an architect of homes and dreams. Then came Sarudzai, fluent in law and love. One afternoon they drove their mother to a leafy suburb, hands trembling with joy.
This is your house now,
Jacko said, opening the gate to a modest mansion with mango trees and a red brick path. Darina wept, not for the bricks, but for what they represented. Her prayers in motion. Darina settled into her new life with the same humility she wore in Chirumhanzu. Her grandchildren now sat at her feet as she told them tales about fire and grain, about Chief Govere's laws and the silence after struggle.
Never forget,
she'd say,
the richest classrooms are built with firewood and love.
She became the village elder in exile, a teacher of tenderness and a keeper of sacred fires, now kindled in hearts around the world. This story is about endurance and faith. Darina's journey from loss to laughter proves that dignity thrives even in drought. Each child built a legacy, brick by brick, on their mother's foundation that was rewarded through kindness and attracted blessings, not bribes. Charity begins at homes. Darina's Chirumhanzu spirit, its people, proverbs and fires remained her compass. Please like, comment and subscribe for more Southern Africa tales.